How's it going, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some NHL 20 predictions where we go out and we predict every single team's top rated player going into NHL 20. Speaking of NHL 20, if you haven't yet and you'd like to, we're still doing that NHL 20 giveaway. You got a few weeks still to enter. If you'd like to, we'll throw that link down in the description, maybe in the comment section if you'd like to. But let's go ahead and get this puppy going with John Gibson. He's our 5th ranked goalie in our top 10, and the man's been the staple of the Ducks team since Freddie left. Arizona's is Phil Kessel. The newly acquired Kessel instantly becomes one of the biggest pieces in Arizona. It is possible OEL ends up the highest rated or right around an 88 overall though as well. We should note that. PATRICE Bergeron. If you remember, we went kind of bold on our Bergeron prediction in our top 10 centers video. Further explanation in that video if you're interested, but it'll yield him the highest overall for a Bruin at an A92 overall. The Buffalo Sabres is Jack Eichel. Now, unfortunately for Eichel, he's dealt with injuries and a team that isn't covered too much because of how poorly they've played over the years, so you haven't heard a whole lot about him, but he has been as good as advertised, finally playing 77 games last season, dropping 82 points. Great season, 89 for Jack Eichel. Johnny Gaudreau. Gaudreau and Giordano are in line to be around a 90. Could go to either one of them if we're being honest here. We'll say it's Johnny, being he's the more popular younger guy over there in Calgary. Sebastian Aho. It'll be interesting where Aho lands, being that he just had a huge breakout year. Typically, it takes a couple years for big upgrades by EA, but he does have an 88 and an NHL 19 right now at the moment. So we're going to go with an 88 for Aho as well for NHL 20. Patrick Kane, been landing around a 91 for a few years now. That's where he's going to be for the following season. Nathan MacKinnon, back-to-back banging years at center on one of the most prolific lines in the league. Expect him to stay right around a 91 for next season. Who do we give the highest overall for the Blue Jackets? Good question. I think Jones will separate himself from the pack here a little, being a top 10 Norris finals each of the last 3 seasons. Only real competition for a good rating probably is Werenski on this one. Jones with the 88. Clocking in at number 9 in our top 10 centers list, Tyler Seguin, and he is still only 27, so keep in mind he still has plenty of good years ahead of him. Detroit's highest rated player going to NHL 20 is Dylan Larkin. 30 goals, 73 point season, and looks to be quickly coming into his own. I expect an 87 to start, probably a prime candidate for a roster update early in the year though. Connor McDavid, highest rated player in the game, deservedly so and expected. Over in Florida, there are a lot of good young players on this team, but it's gonna be the veteran, the 2-time Vezina winner, coming in with the highest rating at a 91 for those Panthers. Over in LA, we have Drew Doughty. Doughty got the slight downgrade after the season he and the Kings had last season. Still expecting a bounce back type season out of him and the Kings this year. We'll see if it happens though. Minnesota and Ryan Suter. Suter has been as solid gets for the past 10 years, and EA has continued to reward him for his pristine defensive play. I expect it again. Montreal and Carey Price. We talked about this previously. He'll more than likely be the top rated goalie in the game this year. He struggled there for a bit, but bounced back this season with EA never taking him off the top spot during the time. Don't expect it to change now, which is understandable considering how elite Price has been over his career. Sticking with the goalie theme in Nashville, we got PEKKA RINNE. Even at the age of 36, PEKKA is still posting 918 save percentages and playing at an elite level. Winning the Vezina the year before, he never really got a good overall for it though in NHL 19, which is why we see him still sit around a modest 89 overall for the following year. New Jersey Devils and Taylor Hall. He's still on New Jersey as of this video, albeit it may sound crazy to trade him after the offseason the Devils just had. If he don't want to resign there, it's still possible. Coming in for the Islanders is Matthew Barzal. He'll be an interesting one this year. He had a bit of a down year, 62 points, 18 goals. He's not a goal scorer, and he's only been in the league 2 seasons. That'll for sure affect his overall. I would not be surprised if he ends up at an 86, but we'll go out there and say Barzal is going to end up with an 87. Over on the New York Rangers, as much as it pains me to say, the newly acquired winger for the Rangers, Artemi Panarin, second highest paid man in the league right now. Only time will tell if that contract's worth it though. If there's one thing Ottawa has to look forward to this season, other than what team's bad contracts they're going to take on next, it's this young man, 22, stud, Thomas Chabot, expecting that 87. Philadelphia and Claude Giroux. Giroux is like a fine wine. He seems to be getting better with age. Didn't quite make our top 10 centers, but was deserving for sure. Second straight 63 plus assist season for Giroux should yield him another 89 overall. Think you can already guess this one for Pittsburgh, and that is Sidney Crosby. Still one of the best players in the league, but I expect to see this year EA finally hand that torch over to McDavid officially and give Crosby an overall point lower than McDavid because of that. The Sharks still have one of the scariest defenses in the league that will surely give you nightmares in the offensive zone. Carlson, Burns will be those guys leading the fray once again, likely getting the same overalls. We're going with Carlson though on this one at the 90. The St. Louis Blues, what a season, headed by VLADIMIR TARASENKO. Petro and O'Reilly are going to give this guy a run for his money, but he's been a 90 plus in EA games since he's been the cover boy, and with a lights out playoff performance, 33 goals during the regular season, TARASENKO should retain the keys to the castle in St. Louis. Over in Tampa, we got the GOAT, Nikita Kucherov, playing on one of the most loaded teams in the league, but he continues to be the reason they are so loaded, make no mistake about it. Austin Matthews and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Matthews gets the nod on Toronto, being the big defensive presence along with his goal scoring abilities. Yes, the overall is a bit controversial and definitely has 91 overall potential though. Elias Pettersson and the Vancouver Canucks, the Calder winner. He missed 10 games or would have probably been a 30 goal scorer. Still being a first year player, he will more than likely see an overall around 87-ish until he proves he can do this for consecutive seasons to EA. The Vegas Golden Knights and Mark Stone. Stone is well known for his defensive ability, but after putting up 73 points last season, he is well on his way to an overall upgrade to around an 88 overall. Over there in Washington, let's make no mistakes about it, Alex Ovechkin continues to be the predominant goal scorer in the league. Age has not caught up to this guy yet, and he certainly is going to retain that same overall I think he had going into NHL 20, and that'll be at a 92. Finally, the Winnipeg Jets had a lot of unhappy Jets fans when he missed the top 10 centers list. And I feel you guys. I wanted him on there, and at an 89 overall, he could technically make it. But seeing where EA has him rated as of late, an 89 overall is likely. But an upgrade at some point in time this year has to be coming because it's hard to ignore 3 straight point per game seasons, 3 of 4 being 30 goal seasons. Shifley's got to start making some noise here. Those are our predictions though for every single team's highest rated player. I'd love to know if you guys agree, if you disagree, what you guys think about the ratings. As always though, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.